Welcome to the Mindset Space podcast, where we explore the unique challenges and triumphs of building a business while having a 9 to 5, balancing family and personal time. You're going to learn how to nurture a resilient mindset, living a fulfilling life, but more importantly, you're going to learn how to enjoy your life. I'm on a mission to help you live your very best in life. So let's dive into practical strategies crafted for solo mompreneurs just like you, seeking fulfillment in every aspect of your life. Let's dive in. Welcome to the episode number 8 of the Mindset Space podcast. I am your host, Annie Velasquez, and I am grateful. I'm super excited to have you tuning into this week's episode. Today, we're going to talk about building a business, but also having a job, having a 9 to 5, kids, family. How do I do it? How can I make that happen? Let's talk about it. In today's world, you know that you will find a lot of people telling you that it's so easy for you to go and build a business. You will find a lot of gurus, business gurus and mentors saying that, oh, come, bring me this amount of money and you will be able to have your business set in a short amount of time. And it is true that right now there are a lot of possibilities for us to start a business faster than before, of course. But now I am talking about you who are the mom, you who are still working, you who are juggling into all these responsibilities, you that keep dreaming about having time for you to actually go for your dreams. You have this little light inside of you telling you, do this, go for this. This is what I want you to do. But you keep setting that aside because when you look into the big picture, when you look into all the responsibilities that comes with starting a business, you think about it twice. You stop, you doubt. And what I want to tell you today is that it's okay. That's completely normal for you to feel like that. And you know why? Because even though right now, as I was saying at the beginning, there are a lot of people telling you that building a business is easy, that you just need to have a specific system set up and you can be up and running in 1 week. This is not about that. Building a business and becoming an entrepreneur is a journey. It's a journey of triumphs. It's a journey of challenges. It's a roller coaster sometimes. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I want you to understand that when you think about building a business while still working and wanting to also keep the balance in your family and work and like having this harmony between you working and then being the mom and being the wife and being the, when you think about all these things and you doubt yourself, I want you to understand that it's very realistic for you to feel like that. You are not lazy. You are not, putting it off. You are not maybe thinking that having negative thoughts about it. It's not that you're negative. It's not about that. The reality is that building a business takes time, and building a business is really a lot. There are a lot of responsibilities that comes with that. And you as a mom, when you think about it, you doubt it. And I want you to feel okay about that. I don't want you to feel that you're lazy. I don't want you to feel that there is a problem with you because you haven't started yet. Now, today, I want to give you the other side of the story. I want to bring you a different perspective from my own experience and from my client's experience. I want to bring you a different perspective so that you have some hope, so that you bring those aspirations into fruition, so that you start believing what is possible for you, and you make things happen for you, even though you have these challenges. Because what we don't want is deny that there is an issue here. The struggle is real. I am a mom and I am still working a 9 to 5. And let me tell you, sometimes I struggle to take time to, even record this podcast, which is something I also doubt myself for almost 3 years before I finally say, you know what? I will start it. I just know that there is a message that I want to give to people. I want to serve people with this, and I want to do it. And also, it's not that one day you will hit the rock bottom and you will say, oh, I'm going to start a business now. It's also not about that, because everything depends on you. That's why I always want to address that it's about you, your unique challenges and triumphs, your unique position. Where do you find yourself right now? And that brings me to the first thing, to the first perspective that I want to bring to you today. So the first one is to understand where you are right now. If you want to build a business, you already have a job, and you already know that it doesn't matter if it's a service-based business or a product-based business, everything requires time. So you know that you already have your job, you already have your responsibilities as a mom, wife, your personal growth and all of that. So in which position you are right now? You have 2 kids, you have 3 kids that you need to take care of. You work 8 hours. Do you commute? Do you have a supporting husband, someone that can give you a hand whenever you ask him to take care of the kids? How do you feel emotionally? How are your beliefs? How is your mood most of the day? How do you feel about this idea that you have? Are you crystal clear on the vision that you have for yourself? Are you crystal clear on your values? Do you know what you really want to do? Or you are maybe thinking just about it, just, you're not clear. What is important to you? And why do you want to do this in the first place? Those are questions that you need to ask yourself, and think about these things and reflect on those things, so that you have information about your life, about the position you are right now. For example, until I was clear on what I really wanted to do, it was very difficult for me to actually do something, right? And for example, in my case, I have a lot of help from my husband. For example, right now, he's the one taking care of my daughter while I record this podcast. Normally, I record the podcast on Saturdays because it's my day off. I don't work on the weekends, but this can be another example. Do you work during the weekends? What is the day that you feel more productive? How is your health? Are you healthy? Do you sleep well? Do you know what I'm telling you this? Because right now, for me, this has been an issue. I struggle a lot sometimes with sleeping through the night. And this sometimes is a problem for me, because I want to be productive. I want to be, a mom that shows up during the day and do all these things. But sometimes I just can't because sometimes I don't sleep well. I don't have the energy. So, for example, this is me in my position, but I have the information. And this gives me a lot of a perspective into making a decision into what can I do now? What can I do now from my own situation, from my own life, from my global life overall, my family, my relationship with my husband, my job? What is my job? What do I do during the day? Can I have some time during the day maybe to check on my clients and my business? How many hours do I work? I mean, there are all these things that we need to consider. Because from there is that you're going to make decisions. From there is that you will see yourself. You won't come and compare yourself with other moms that you see thriving out there. You won't come and think, oh, I'm so lazy that I don't have time. It's not that you don't have the time. It's that right now, for example, you don't have any support. And maybe you have just 30 minutes during the day to dedicate to your business. Maybe you only have 1 hour or 2 hours per week because that's the only time you have. So what are you going to do? Are you going to now, I don't know, feel sad about that because you only have 3 hours to dedicate to your business? What if we take that time to actually do what we can with what we have right now? Because that's the main point of this. Let's do what we can with what we have now. If right now I only have 1 hour, less, even though I know you might want to dedicate more time. This happens to me a lot too. You might want to dedicate more time to your business, but right now, this is what you have. Let's work with that. Let's do what we can with what we have now. Of course, we can think about the future and keep reflecting on what we want our life to be in the future because we know this is temporary. We know that things will change for us. So also, like along with understanding your own situation, thinking about your big picture, about what you want for your life to be, will give you a lot of, hope and will help you to think more into not what is happening right now, but thinking that in the future, things will be different, things will change for you. And of course, all of this comes with you redefining, like being crystal clear about your values, about all the things we mentioned before. And you can also take your time to work on this. Moving on, the second thing I want to tell you today is that you should write your list of non-negotiables. And we talk about that I think it was in the episode number 3. Let me see. I don't remember exactly, but it was, I think, in episode number 5, where I talk about priorities. But anyways, in this podcast, you will hear me talking about prioritizing all the time. And why? It is because it is number one of the main topics for me to teach about, because this is something I believe. And this is what helped me to dedicate time to my business, even though I am now also in the position of struggling with many things, a lot of things. And I want to be here also to be an inspiration for you, to motivate you, for you to understand that there are going to be a lot of challenges, but still the hope, the light, it is you. It is in your hand to ignite it, to make it happen. It is on your hands. And you can do that. You can, and you absolutely deserve it. You deserve for you to keep dreaming about what you want for your life. You deserve to keep thinking about it, to keep planning, to keep finding ways for you to make it happen for you, and doing it your own way. That's why the first perspective, it's all about understanding where you are right now. And that's why for me, it's important for you to sit down with yourself and have this conversation with yourself so that you can be transparent about where are you right now? How does your life look like? And from there, you think about your situation and be very realistic about your own situation so that you don't overthink, so that you don't think that it's not possible for you. Because again, when we think about all the things that we have to do, when we think about the little steps that we are taking, that we might be taking, you might feel like, oh, but where am I going to get like this? Just dedicating 1 hour per week to do this. Where am I going to get? I'm going to tell you that you will get very far if you don't stop. I had this issue before that I said, oh, I won't do it because this is not enough time. If you keep doing it, little by little, you will keep adding up. And you will be surprised because we sometimes underestimate what can happen in a year, in a few months. But if you look into the future, if you look into what, like 2 years, 3 years, if you keep consistent, you will be surprised. I'm telling you. So write down your list of non-negotiable. After you sit down with yourself and you reflect on your life and you overall have an understanding on your values, which is also something we talked about last week in the episode number 6. You can go ahead and check it out. It's about how to be true to yourself in life and business. It was a powerful episode. I recommend it a lot for you to listen to it. And write down your non-negotiables, which is your list of priorities, so that you know exactly what is it that is important to you. What is it that is important for you and what you want to dedicate time to? Because what matters the most to you is what you should put your focus on. And this is also very complex because you might have a lot of things that you value, a lot of things that are important for you. So this is now the opportunity for you to keep doing the homework, keep thinking, okay, if this is important for me, how can I make it happen? How can I include it on my list? Yes, there are challenges. Yes, right now I have this, and that, but can I at least take some time? I don't know. If you write it down, if it's important for you, look into all the things and make it a priority now. Maybe for a few months you might not be able to do it, or maybe you can set it aside and postpone it to do it in the next few months. I mean, remember, it's all about how it is your situation right now. And how do you want to make it happen for you? Because you have the right to change your priorities whenever you want to. And you also have the right to say, you know what? This moment is for this and that's it. I'm just going to make it happen. I will commit to do this at a specific time and I will make it happen. Again, it's not about neglecting other areas of your life. It's all about you listing out, jot down all those things that for you are important, and you can decide what you can do with the amount of time you have right now. But it is important for you to have a list of non-negotiables so that it is easy for you to make decisions about what you're going to put your attention to every single day. You know, sometimes days flies by and sometimes we feel that, oh, I didn't do anything. I didn't accomplish anything today because it's so easy. Today, in this world that we live, there are a lot of things that distract us from living a life that feels right for us. There are a lot of things that make us feel that it's not possible, that distractions, the phone, the even our kids. Sometimes I'm working after I dedicate time for her, for my daughter. I said, okay, I'm going to take some time for my business now, which is a time that I schedule intentionally. And then sometimes that's the moment she wants to be with me the most. And I will say to myself, oh my God. And sometimes I have to postpone things. I have to put things off because of that. And that is okay. It's okay because, again, we want to be flexible. We don't want to attach to a specific way of doing things, because if we do that, we fall into the negativity. We fall into the frustration trap, and we don't want that. No matter what is happening right now, we want to find the light. We want to feel the excitement. We want to feel good. No matter if I achieve anything at the moment, no matter if I am even having the time to dedicate it to my business right now, I am in the right path. And soon things will get better for me. So let's move on to the perspective number 3. And this is actually bringing me to this one, like just what I was telling you a moment before. Commit to believing in your idea and put your heart and soul into your idea. Because sometimes also it's very easy for us to feel discouraged, to feel that our idea is not going to make, oh, this happens to me a lot. It doesn't matter if I am so motivated today, I have everything clear. There is something that I see or something that I heard that then I think about it. Oh, and then when I another thing that happened is that when I am not having enough time to dedicate to my business, sometimes I would say, oh, this is not going to happen. And that's part of the process. We need to receive those emotions and those moments as part of the process, because if we don't do that, we will always be in this stage where won't get out of there. We won't get out of the emotions that make us feel sad, and then we feel more and more depressed, and we just lose hope and we don't do anything. If you get to that place, it will be more difficult for you to find time to motivate you to do anything. So that's why it's better if an emotion comes and I feel sad about, a moment, a week, maybe a month that I didn't have the chance to do something for my dreams, for my business, I allow this to be there, those emotions to be there, because we are humans and there will be a struggle. Remember, the struggle is real, like the phrase, right? It is real. There is a struggle, but we want to go over that. We are here to overcome those challenges, and we are so powerful. We are heroes here because even amidst of all these things, of everything that's happening, we are looking into the future. We are looking into what we want for our life to be. And that is what ignites our flame, what ignites our dreams to move forward, the reason behind why we want to do this. So commit to your idea, commit to believing. And when I said to commit to believing, I said to shift your identity, to start, writing down that idea, to have a clear vision of what you want to, the transformation you want to give to your clients. Have a clear vision of what you want for your business to be, where you want to go, places you want to visit, people, the amount of people you want to reach, the amount of money you want to make, the idea itself and what you're doing for the people you're serving. You write down that, you have it clear, because that way you will be constantly thinking about it. And then you will be shifting your mindset into believing that it's possible for you. Think about that all the time. Think about those goals. Think about where you want to be in the next 5 years. Have that clear. Write that down and read it. Think about it, because this will be so helpful for you when you don't want to do anything, when you feel that you don't have time. You know what you can do? You will say, it doesn't matter if right now I'm not dedicating the amount of time I want to dedicate to my business, to my dreams, to my aspirations. It doesn't matter if right now I don't have the time. I just know that this will become big. This will be big. I will make an impact in people's lives. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I am a coach, if I am serving clients through any service, this will be big, because from this mindset is that you will take action. You won't take action by thinking that it's not possible for you. Commit to your idea. And even if you right now don't have the time to dedicate to your business, You can still plan. You can still set goals, even even if they are small, even if they look small. If you work on them, remember what I said before, you will still be adding up. And that is the most important thing. And also, the next step, the next perspective, remember what I said before. Even if it's 30 minutes a day that you can dedicate to your business, if you stay consistent, this will add up. This will add up. Do not take for granted any amount of time that you can dedicate to your business. Even if you can do a post on social media once a week, twice a week, is okay. The important thing is that you are showing up. You are telling your brain that this is important to you. And showing up, even if it's when you can, right? The most important thing, it's not about you being on social media every single day or posting or, sending a newsletter every single day. It's not about that. Yeah, some people, some women out there, some entrepreneur women, they have the opportunity, but remember your position. You're a mom, you have a job, do things one step at a time. And even if it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't matter the amount of time. The important is that you will keep reminding your dreams. You will keep thinking about them. And it doesn't matter. Do what you can do right now. And the last, no, this is not the last. I have two more. This one, celebrate your milestone, no matter how small they are. Even if it's waking up 30 minutes earlier before your kids in order for you to dedicate it to your business. If you're doing that, celebrate that win. If you've been doing that, for example, for a week, for a month, celebrate that win. Even if you just decided to, create a new post on social media, because sometimes we fall into this trap to also believe that we need to have everything settled in order for us to build a business. And it's not about that. It's about us, showing up on social media. And it's true that you need to show up in order for people to notice you. And depending on the possibilities you have right now in terms of what you can do with your business, you might be able to hire someone to help you. You might not be able to do it. So everything depends on you. But it's not about following a specific, like copy and pasting what the gurus out there are telling you to do. It's about really finding the path and taking what is applicable to you. I always want to mention that. It's taking what is applicable to me. Okay, so I can post once a week. That's fine. Well, this week I couldn't post. That's okay. I prepare my post as nothing happened for the next week. And I don't dwell on feeling sad because I didn't post last week. No. I'll move on. Yeah, sometimes I feel sad about it. It's okay. I allow those feelings to be there and I move on. Move on. Set this mindset for you to say, I move on. It's okay. That's why it is so important for us when wanting to become an entrepreneur that we need to have this strong foundation of who we are, of what do we believe about ourselves. And if you are struggling right now with this, it's also okay, because there is not a specific pathway. I just said that it makes it easier at some point, because when you're clear of what you think about you, and it feels better and it's easier for you to forgive yourself, to move on. But again, life is a constant learning of experiencing things, and then we learn, and then we teach others, and then there are things that are not good, and when we redefine path, we change things, and so that we can moving forward. And this is what we want, because if you are listening to this podcast right now, it means that you are a constant learner, because I don't think this podcast is for people that don't want to learn about themselves or about how they feel about growing their mindset, because the podcast itself, it's about mindset in the entrepreneurship world, but it's all about mindset. It's all about like giving you new ideas into what is possible for you, perspective on how you can move forward and build the life and business that you absolutely can for yourself. And this is also a process. It's also a process. You won't change your mindset overnight. You won't change your beliefs about yourself overnight. It takes time. But it's easier, of course, because when you believe, depending on what you believe about yourself is also what leads you to take different actions. And for me, it has been a long journey. Sometimes I even felt, and right now, because you know that, again, we are constantly learning new things. Maybe you are in a different position right now, in a different level, but we are all in the same journey. Sometimes it's tiring. Sometimes we feel that those beliefs that cannot like leave us at some point, because we feel like, oh my God, I'm coming back to think those things again. But anyways, that might be a topic for another episode. But I want you to know that you can absolutely beat those limiting beliefs, and you can absolutely change it, because I was also in the position of feeling so down about myself all the time, and feeling that I couldn't do this or that. And now every day, since I'm still working on those things, I keep moving forward into believing more and more and more for me, for my family, for my future. And this happens all the time if you give yourself the opportunity to keep moving forward, to keep thinking different, to shifting those thoughts. So celebrate your milestones. It doesn't matter how small, how big they are, because those small victories boost your motivation and your confidence for you to keep moving forward. And the last but not least, this is one that I add up at the end, and is about finding your tribe. Find your tribe. And I'm not talking about a support system like within your family, friends. I'm talking about find people that resonate with you. And this is one of the reasons that I'm creating this podcast, because in the future, my dream is to build a community of women that are also going through the same process, because sometimes it can be very lonely to be an entrepreneur and having all these dreams and aspirations and having nobody to share, because some people, they don't just understand you. Some people don't, like your family, sometimes friends, they might not be in the same boat as you in terms of their beliefs, in terms of what they want for their life, or even if this is something that interests them. If you have friends and like a huge support system, that is amazing. But sometimes we just don't have it, and we feel so alone. So find your tribe, connect with people that you feel can support you, not to give you advice, because sometimes we don't need advice. Sometimes we need just someone to be there for us, to collaborate with us, to help us in our business in any way, and just to be there for us, right? So let's connect. Let's connect. If you need guidance, if you need someone to be there for you, let's connect. Because I am also in the same boat. Sometimes I feel that, oh my God, I'm so alone. I recently joined a community of women in the entrepreneurial world, because I felt so alone. And again, in the future, I would love to build a community of women going through the same thing, because I know it can be really a lonely path. But we are not alone. There are always people out there, women in the same position just like you, that can support you and also cheer you up in your process, and be there for you. Let's recap. So the first perspective is, please understand where you are right now, so that from there you can treat your situation as it is. You can treat your life from those, specific things that are happening right now, and make decisions based on your own life overall, and reflect on what is happening, reflect on your strength, recognize your strengths and weaknesses and the areas that need to be improved in order for you to keep moving forward. And then write down your list of not negotiables. And this is just for you to make it easy to make decisions on what it is important for you and what you should put your attention to. And it make it easier for you to goal setting, to be strategic in terms of what you put your attention to during your day. And then commit to believing in your idea and putting your heart and soul into it. Wholeheartedly embrace your passion and your vision so that you can really make it happen. Dedicate your energy and your enthusiasm to turning your vision into reality. Next, 30 minutes. Even if you add 30 minutes of your time during the day or maybe during the week, I'm not sure what is your situation right now, but every time you dedicate to your business adds up. And if you keep it consistent, you will get results. That's the only thing I can say about that. And then celebrate your milestones. Celebrate. It doesn't matter how little they are. Celebrate your little wins every single day, every single week. And then find your tribe. It doesn't have to be specifically family and friends. If they support you, that is amazing. But if they are not, find people that have similar beliefs, the values, the things you value. Other entrepreneur women that are also in the same position, similar situations, just like you are right now. This will be very, very helpful for you. Thank you really for listening to this episode of the Mindset Space podcast. If you find it helpful, please subscribe to the show and share it with other mompreneurs out there that you believe it could serve. And remember, life happens when our hearts start to beat faster. I appreciate you and I'm sending you all my love. Bye for now.